Hi, this is Rachel Lagasse. I am a sophomore at Westfield State University and a music education major, and this is my 2020 Kirka project, Xenophobia in Singapore's Chinatown. So, firstly, why is this community famous? Singapore's Chinatown is very culturally diverse, so it has a reputation as a sort of melting pot and city of racial and cultural equality. And this is because it's home to a huge number of different ethnic enclaves, from Chinese, Filipino, Indian, Australian, and so on. It's also known for its blend of old and new. So it has historic temples and traditional medicinal halls sitting alongside new bars and trendy lifestyle shops. It also has a Buddhist temple, mosque, and a Hindu temple on a single street. So it's a really dynamic tourist hotspot. So getting into the xenophobia aspect of things, first we need to know what xenophobia is. So its definition is a strong feeling of dislike or fear of people from other countries. How this relates to Singapore's Chinatown specifically is through interracial tensions between ethnic enclaves. So this xenophobia is really testing that reputation as a melting pot, because today there are very, very palpable divisions and discomforts within the ethnic groups living there, and these discomforts are mainly directed towards foreign immigrants. So why is there discomfort in the first place? Why is there xenophobia? This is mostly because of the stressors. So these are overcrowding, local unemployment, skewed wages, increasing rental and flat prices, and other general issues that most areas face. So foreign immigrants are blamed mostly because 1.7 of Singapore's 5.7 million inhabitants are foreigners, so they take up a pretty substantial chunk of the population. So some specific examples of xenophobia from natives towards foreigners are a widespread use of racist, aggressive, and militarized words. There was a huge rally against population growth and protesting CECA, which was a free trade deal between India and Singapore. And then also there was a poll showing that 7 in 10 citizens, natives, believe that immigrants were not doing enough to integrate there. So there's a lot of examples. I just kind of condensed them into a couple to really give a sense of the xenophobic feelings that natives have towards foreign immigrants. So foreigners should not be blamed for what they're being blamed for. They're not directly at fault for any of these issues. These are really general issues that most areas have to deal with. And the government is aware of the xenophobic feelings that are going on. So they've tried some solutions. They've tried tightening requirements for immigration, slowing the number of employment passes in 2011. Similarly, they created the National Integration Council in 2009 to help foreigners and Singaporeans mix. However, evidently, these actions were not effective enough, as the intraracial tensions between enclaves are still intensifying. They haven't gone down, they haven't been solved. So there really need to be further solutions and attempts made to eliminate the xenophobic feelings and really help bring the community together. So to do so, I think we first have to identify the root of the problem. And this is the perceived notion that foreigners may reduce the Singaporean quality of life. So, and by quality of life, we're talking about the stressors I previously mentioned, like losing their jobs, overcrowding, etc. So now that we know the root of the problem, we can try to find some solutions. And I researched a lot on this, and I found some potential ones for the government to try. So one of them was trying to create safe racial discussions and better education to potentially develop a better sense of empathy from natives to foreigners. So by creating safe racial discussions, again, we'd potentially develop a better sense of empathy and break away from the tight-knit enclaves. And with better education on different cultures, values, and beliefs, particularly focused on the younger generations, like Singaporeans' tertiary education, we would hopefully eliminate one of the primary factors contributing to xenophobia, which is ignorance, a lack of education towards other cultures. And since Singapore's Chinatown is so culturally diverse, this is a real issue. So the last solution I found that seemed really effective was for the government to implement more laws to support natives living there, specifically like their jobs, since that's one of the primary stressors. By securing their jobs, this not only would alleviate some of the stress leading to the xenophobic feelings, but also maybe reduce overpopulation. And Singapore has a lot of overpopulation, as we can see from the previous stat. So these aren't magic solutions to xenophobia, but they're a great place to start. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed.